What's up? Welcome to guitar class. So today I wanted to go over the chromatic scale. It's an awesome exercise. It helps develop lots of different technique, coordination, muscle memory, right hand alternate picking technique, left hand finger strength, and accuracy of when you're playing your notes. And the one thing I always stress to all my students is whenever you are playing a note, you want to make sure you're actually playing with your fingertip right behind the fret. Okay, not on top of the fret, right? Not in the middle, not back here. And stress that even when you're doing chords. If you're doing your C chord and you're like all back here, you're not hitting the sweet spot of the chord or of any of those notes individually. So always play with your fingertip. That means the string is going to be right there on your fingertip, not here, which means you're approaching the guitar from basically the top of the fretboard, not from the bottom. Okay, it's hard to get notes clear when you're approaching the guitar neck from the bottom like this, and then now all of a sudden you've got dead notes in your C chord, right? So what if we approach it from the top and we can kind of arch our fingertips like that, which takes some time to develop, right? That's where we get all of our notes to sound and ring out nicely, so it sounds like a nice chord, okay? But sometimes even chords, it's hard to get it. Like you'll be playing a C chord like this. It'll just sound dead. So then the next day you pick up your guitar again and you try it. It's not sounding good. All of a sudden you pick it up the next day and you try it again. Still not sounding good, but then, hey, you pick it up one morning right before going to work and you're just about to give up on that chord and all of a sudden it rings out beautifully, right? The guitar is an eternal mistress of repetition, okay? But let's get back to the chromatic scale. It's a 12-tone note scale and it's a great exercise for beginners. And more importantly, as you progress with your guitar playing career, as you become intermediate to advanced player, it's so helpful in developing technique. I always stress this to all my students, to all my friends who I play guitar with, right? For this lesson, let's start on the 5th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Most of the time, a 5th fret is signified by a dot inlay of some sort or inlay across the fretboard, right? And we're going to use all 4 fingers, your pointer, our middle, our ring, and our pinky. And we're just going to go 5th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret on each string all the way down from E to E. That whole entire time I was doing up-down picking. You're going to want to make this a habit. Up-down picking is just more efficient. It's more economical, right? Because if you're only doing down picks, you're making twice the effort. You want your right hand to work as little as possible because it's easy for whenever you're picking for your entire arm to tense up, So you want to make sure you're doing up-down picking. And a great way to practice up-down picking is with this exercise, or even just open strings. Down, up, 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 down, up. Kind of once you feel comfortable with that, put it into your chromatic scale. Down, up, 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 down, up. Now you can play it going back up. 8th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret. You can practice this at different speeds, and there's so many different sequences that you can do with chromatics. I always use them to warm up, especially if it's cold. It really helped me develop a lot of my right hand technique. It really helped me develop a lot of strength in each finger individually. I always stress this exercise. I hope that this works out for you and you practice it as much as I do. I actually enjoy playing them. I always like to see what speed I can get up to on a metronome. It's not about speed though. It's really about the accuracy. It's really about the technique that you're developing, because the faster you try to rush through and play this while you're still learning it, you're going to be developing like terrible playing techniques, you know, to where your notes might not be coming clear, right? So each note was not clear in that. You want to make sure each note sounds perfect, or as perfect as it can be, and that you're doing up down picking and as little in between string noise as possible, right? Try to make it a game. You know, how evenly spaced can you get the notes? Do that to a metronome. Play on time, 100%. That's the way to practice. And then the next thing would be, you know, how little in between notes can you have, how much little string noise can you have between notes? How consistent can you be with the volume at which you're picking at? And that was Chromatics. So I hope it helps. And just before signing off, you can play Chromatics anywhere on the neck. It doesn't matter. So we just started our warm-up on the 5th fret, right? But you can even start them on the 12th fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret. It doesn't matter. Have fun with it.